And we're back. Anyways, as I was saying in the previous episode, I've been thinking about more actively pursuing both areas of writing music, both electronic and orchestral or band. Oh, I didn't hold down the jump button. That's disappointing. But yeah, anyway, that's enough about me. I've been working on a lot of music the past few weeks. Because music is one of the things that can really cheer me up, apparently. So yeah, that's been happening. How about you? Tell me about your lives in the description. Wow, that's hard. I'm assuming those are like two different... I'm assuming the jump is like a different trigger No. I'm assuming like the jump is like a trigger on the actual controller, but right now the jump and kick buttons are just J and K right next to each other. And this is one of those ones where you have to... This is a level that's all about simultaneously jumping and kicking, or kicking while one is jumping, which has been interesting because I've trained myself in this game to not push both buttons at the same time, or not to hold the jump, just because it gets a little confusing in my mentality. But I don't know. Yeah, I probably could have made that jump, but darn. I really like that bass they use. I think is that just it's probably just a... It sounds just like a... Bum 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 bum. Bum bum. Whew. No! Gosh dang it! That was really good too. I could probably I don't even think I've done any sort of ducking or shielding, or... I guess I can dance. That's something I can do. Bum, 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 bum. I love these throwbacks to the original. It's hard to jump and kick at the same uno momento. Ah, whoa, that was weird. The same uno momento, por favor. Oh, I thought I was gonna hit the edge of that and I just had jumped too late. No! I pushed the jump button instead of the kick because I got it all confused. But it's okay. It's okay. I will survive. I will survive. Oh, as long as I know how to love, I know I'll stay alive. So what are people supposed to talk about when they're doing this sort of stuff? Did I just talk about my life? And my life is basically just music and internet. Oh, actually, I think I can... Oh yeah, I was part of the live stream. For those of you, if any of you, who went to that was really cool to be in that. Played Counter-Strike Global Offensive with Maven Toast and Matt Martin and Taylor and the other guy's name, who I just cannot remember right now, and it's gonna bug me for a while. But that was a lot of fun, and I had a good time with that. I'd like to be a part of more of those in the future. I've actually been thinking about doing my own live streams, but it probably requires a lot more CPU power than I currently have. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to be able to pull that off. Not to mention that the easiest program. Gosh dang it! I'm like right at the end too, I bet. But I think like the one program that's like the easiest to use for Twitch is a Windows exclusive, which means I just gotta figure out how to run Windows on my Mac eventually, and I've been taking some steps into trying to figure that out, which has basically just been, how do I run boot camp in a way that will also... God, I keep holding down the jump button is the problem. Gosh dang it. Yeah, I've taken some steps in order, and that'll allow me to play some games like BioShock, Alice Madness Returns, which I've had since like the summer. So yeah, as soon as I'm able to figure that out, I'll be able to do a lot more with this channel and a lot more with games. Though I will admit, mostly I'm probably going to be live streaming stuff like Awesome Mods, just because Awesome Mods has been such a huge game for me recently. I've actually gotten pretty decent at that game. I know none of you really care, but the entire thing goes on a rank system, like with different ranks being like how good you are, and the better you are, you get placed in higher ranks. 1 being the top, 9 being the least. What? No, I swear, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna get through this level, but so like I've been in playing that game. I'm generally go around to rank 3, which is like good but not great. That was lag, but like I'm good but not great usually. But being in 3 means that you'll play against like level 4 people who are good. That's a good word for it. And but you'll also play against you can also play against level 1s, level 2s, depending on who you're up against, because technically you can go like above, like one above and one above, one below for what level you are, and apparently it doesn't mean that every single other person on the team has to be one of those in relation to you. Just I guess with somebody, and I got really screwed over in the past couple months. I'm jumping too long, but I had been getting horrendously screwed over with a couple really, really bad matches, and I hate it when people quit in the middle of a match to save their rating. I think that's a really big dick move to pull, so I try not to do that, and I'll just continue playing until the end of the game regardless, because yes, thank God. I did it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, I hate it when people just disconnect intentionally just because I don't want the losing to go on my record. I know some people actually care. Some people actually care about that, and I mean, whatever. If you really care that much about your rating, then I mean, good for you. But I've always just wanted to play honestly. Yeah, I'm not gonna go back through any of these just because I don't want to make you sit through that. But I'm gonna play the doleful unders. Anyways. So, like, I will always stay in a match until I'm done. Oh, wow. You literally can't do this until you've gotten the key. That's kind of funny. Oh, wow, okay. Anyways. But yeah, all that aside, like, I got really screwed over and I ended up rank 7 by the end of the last season of game, which was, like, I think a couple months. So, I mean, it wasn't great. But, I mean, I was better than the rank I was at. Because 7 is not all that great. And I played a couple, and recently I decided to go after practicing for a really long time with a couple characters, I decided to go back in and try and play a couple of those characters to see how well I would do competitively, because I've actually been kind of interested in doing something like competitive-wise with knots. Because I think that would be a lot of fun, and I'd like the competition, and it'd be cool to be with like a set group of people, because no matter what, if you're with a group of people who you like premeditated like beforehand to come up with like strategies, or at least so you know they're like playing habits, which is why you're always going to do better. So like a lot of the rank 1s, rank 2s are people who play with like people regularly. Which actually kind of reminds me of a funny story. Like early on, when I was like, this was like right after my birthday, which is actually kind of funny because that's when I had like the final couple rounds of the Awesome Knots like professional competition. Also, can you see the lag on this? It's ridiculous. Oh crap! But so yeah, like they were having this competition, and I was watching, and I've watched like the team who won, who actually I think came out of the losers bracket. So they had lost once, but then they just tore apart the winners. So it was a Team Awful versus Team Nerf Please, and Nerf Please played two very offensive characters with the medic, and it was just a constant push. They did really, really, really well, and I think in the latest patch it added to a little bit of a nerf for them, and maybe a little bit of a buff for some of the other characters. But damn it, that's the lag, folks. But so yeah, I ended up playing a match because at that time I was still at rank 3, and I just kind of went in blind because I don't really have anybody I play with regularly, and as I'm loading, I see it's me. There's 4 people connected, and as it turns out, it was actually me with 2 bots versus the winning team. The winning team of the tournament, Nerf Please, and it was their entire team versus me and 2 bots. I had a couple other people come in and basically connect instantly, but I didn't want to leave, and I was playing like the healer character, like one of the kind of like the battle medic character. So like I can't really do much because he's not meant to withstand like a lot of heavy assault. He's more of a I'm going to do damage to support while supporting. So, needless to say, I got my sorry butt kicked. But it was actually really cool. I had a lot of respect for the Nerf Please team because, like, immediately afterwards, they're like, "Oh man, sorry your teammates left," and they were like, they seemed like genuinely apologetic instead of just being like, "Yeah, good game," or whatever. And I gained a lot of respect for them through that. I'm just like, just because you're good at a video game doesn't necessarily mean you're an absolute douchebag. It means that a lot of people who do that are like genuinely nice, and it was just kind of be cool to reminded of that fact. So yeah, well, but that coupled with a couple other things, I ended up at rank 7, and I just recently made my way back up. And I'm really kind of regretting that because it makes games not fun anymore. Because I'm playing, like, I'll go in blind, so I have no idea who I'm going with. And I've been trying out a character that I've just kind of been decent with and been wanting to get better at, and it just has not, and it wasn't working. So I've just been kind of like, I kind of want to go back a couple rounds or only play with rank 3s because that's when things are fun, when I'm actually playing with people who are about my skill instead of against like rank 1s, which actually happened one time and I just instantly got killed. Also, will I ever beat this first level? Let's find out. The end of the episode will be my next death. That means this could either be a... Bye.